Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital's medical support for a quarantine hotel has been completed. Tzu Chi Milpida Service Center reopens after the lockdown has been lifted. Welcome to Dai Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. In May, New Taipei City established 6 improved quarantine hotels, and Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital is responsible for 1 quarantine hotel. As the pandemic slowed down, Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital superintendent invited New Taipei City's Department of Health and other teams to celebrate and share experiences. Let's join them there.
今年夏天有一些孤寂，隔着荧幕保持距离。
At the end of May, Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital became responsible for a quarantine hotel. After a month, the mission finally came to an end as the hospital expressed thanks to everyone.
No matter if you are from medical institutions, citizens, or workers from other fields, you have helped New Taipei City a lot. I'm very thankful to you all.
大家呢都团结合作得很圆满。
Everyone collaborated well to finish the mission successfully.
A total of 594 residents were taken care of by the medical team, as they made sure that everyone's taken care of.
大家同心协力，顺利圆满。
Everyone worked together to finish this mission successfully. I felt the power that supports us. It is the power of love. During every phone call, we discovered the importance of a quarantine location. The problems were not about the medical system.
The policeman was originally frightened upon receiving the mission, and after working, he became more at ease.
不知道说我们跟确诊者会有多近的接触啦。
At the start, I didn't know how close I will be with a COVID-confirmed patient, but after interacting with Tzu Chi and understanding their protective clothing SOP, along with the hotel's proper equipment, I feel safer when I'm serving people here.
The pandemic has made different teams work together. Against all odds, they have made great efforts to complete a mission successfully. During the pandemic, Tzu Chi volunteers in Taichung gave out desserts and fruits to medical workers at Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital. Every set of dessert has a blessing card made by Tzu Chi volunteer Li Lingyou. Although her eyes were sore while creating these cards, she dedicated her time to thank the medical workers. Let's meet this dedicated Tzu Chi volunteer.
里面充满了义德爸爸妈妈爱跟全程的祝福哦。
Busy packaging desserts and fruits, every single package includes a charm and a card, as the gifts of blessings are for medical workers.
精心的设计。
We have to carefully design, draw, write, and print on it.
The card has the word blessing on it, and with more words inside. The card reads, Bodhisattvas aren't from the sky. It is you who stood up bravely. I respect your courage in safeguarding lives. This card was created by Tzu Chi volunteer Li Lingyou.
医护人员在跟病毒赛跑嘛，那我们其他的人就是。
Medical workers must battle with the virus, and we as outsiders can give our money and efforts. Besides this, I hope to support them mentally.
Li Lingyou poured in all her efforts and time to make these cards of blessings, though the long duration of looking at the cards has caused her eyes to feel sore.
We have to focus, so I felt a bit tired. But this is nothing in comparison to the stress of medical workers.
The charms are made from recycled bamboo slices, representing the ideal of eco-friendliness.
竹洗工厂它淘汰的那个。
There will be bamboo slices from factories with flaws, which the factory doesn't want, then we can recycle it and bring it back.
Using a professional mindset, these blessing gifts have warmed people's hearts.
The Jingsi Hall of the Old Tzu Chi Taipei chapter, located on Zhongshan East Road in Taipei City, is currently used as a venue for Tzu Chi events. In the future, it will be turned into a lifelong learning and education center. Tzu Chi volunteers living nearby form a construction site care team. They deliver snacks and tea to the construction workers every day to comfort them for their hard work. Let's take a look.
The ex-Tzu Chi Taipei chapter on Zhongshan East Road is undergoing construction. The workers are busy with construction work on all floors. This will be turned into lifelong learning and education center. During the pandemic, the construction project continues and the volunteers pay visit every day.
During the construction, Tzu Chi brothers and sisters worked hard to prepare tea, snacks, fruits, biscuits for us. Some of our workers have 30 to 40 years of working experience, so it was the first time they met this kind of service. It should be said that Tzu Chi really cares for our workers on site. The caring team on site include Gu Peizhen and her husband Tai Dui, who live nearby, and Chen Fangqun, a security guard. Since mid-May, various kinds of snacks, fruits, and tea are provided every day so that the construction workers can replenish their energy at any time.
Many of our workers responded to me that they actually don't eat fruits at home. After they came here, they didn't know why they would automatically eat fruits and drink tea, because they said that the tea here is really good. It has a sweet aftertaste.
In addition, volunteers also prepare vegetarian lunch boxes for everyone to reduce the risk of infection when they go out to buy. We have never encountered this kind of service since we started working. Tzu Chi brothers and sisters here are very good. The working environment is good too. And also eating vegetarian lunch is healthier for us. Tzu Chi volunteers pass on warmth to the workers like family members, sharing the task of gratitude with each other.
During the Level 3 COVID alert, many businesses, such as coffee shops, have been affected, potentially going out of business because of fear of person-to-person contact. How can we survive this crisis? One coffee shop turned to altruism to rescue themselves, as well as support pandemic prevention personnel. Through the internet, the public can donate money to deliver special drinks to frontline personnel. Let's see how the coffee shop owner was able to come up with the idea.
Some have some uncertain symptoms and we don't have very clear instructions, so we still wear a full set of protective equipment. There are more ambulance deployments than normal, as some people may feel unwell and still will want to take a trip in our ambulance for a checkup.
Thank you for your hard work in the front line of pandemic prevention. You have been working so hard these days.
Hospital workers, police, fire department, health workers, and environmental protection bureaus are all at the forefront of pandemic prevention. During Level 3 COVID alert, many pandemic prevention heroes received some heartwarming coffee.
Donors can show their love and specially designate the unit they want to donate to.
Once a very popular coffee shop, the COVID pandemic proved to be a difficult challenge.
Because our coffee is not a so-called must-have product, people can simply skip having their coffee.
The whole here is like a ghost town. It's outrageous that no one is here in Yizhong Street.
Our revenue has dropped by about 80 to 90%, and there are just a few takeout orders a day.
The pandemic has severely hit the restaurant industry. It's definitely not only the physical stores that have been affected, but also the supply chain that supports it. Ado specializes in roasting and supplying coffee beans. Now his orders are drastically reduced as he has had to change his business model.
In the past, customers will come here to try our coffee, but now it's hard to go out, so sometimes we may need to send over some coffee beans for them to try or what they drank before. Then they will put in an order and we will have it delivered.
The government has now subsidized stores. Assuming you have an employee, you can get a subsidy of 40,000 NT dollars. Under the premise is that you can't close your business, since customers can go out and we aren't a store that advertise delivery, so we have to remain open, which is sort of contradictory.
Do businesses sit and wait to die, or do they find a way to break out?
We must quickly use up our stock.
Zhang Huikai initiated a program to help anti-pandemic personnel, where consumers can give them as a gift object. Consumers buy 10 cups and the store gives them 10 cups, which is equivalent
to half-price coffee.
Everyone still has substantial pressure, but if we help these frontline pandemic prevention personnel and keep up our basic operations, then our staff can still do their shifts. Even if we have a little less business, we can still get by.
The public response has exceeded expectations, and the sales volume was even greater than before the pandemic. On the premise of altruistic coexistence, Zhang Huikai has recruited others in the industry to work together.
It's positive energy and a project task initiated by the store manager. I really help to run errands.
It is true to say that the most beautiful scenery is our people, especially during this wave of the pandemic. We have really felt it.
Rather than just a business plan to survive the pandemic, these coffee shops have undertaken a social experiment, bringing love from all walks of life to help those at the front line protect public health.
In the United States, Northern California has lifted its lockdown, and Tzu Chi Hospital Service Center has reopened and started providing free clinic services. The doctors and medical volunteers have received 2 shots of vaccinations. Currently, they're providing medical services to Dharma families. After their clinic services get on track, they'll provide services to the community residents. Let's join them there. After the lockdown was lifted in Northern California, Tzu Chi Service Center in Milpitas is preparing to open again. Volunteers are implementing pandemic prevention measures.
In the United States, especially California, a high percentage of people have been vaccinated. So we have decided we can reopen.
Volunteers are preparing to provide free community clinic service. During the first stage, they'll provide medical services to Dharma families.
For us, this is a new start. We hope to prepare well and then provide clinic services to our Dharma families. They can give us feedback and then we can gradually expand our services.
After clinic services reopen, volunteers have invited Tima doctors to provide services. Kevin Huang, who specializes in spinal nerve-related services, have solved the problem of several Dharma families.
I'm very excited to have this opportunity to help all the residents and people in need. We are happy to provide medical services.
Since we are caring for our Dharma families, I think it is very heartwarming. Everyone can converse with ease, as we are not strangers. So I feel very warm and very good.
Due to the pandemic, Tzu Chi Hospital Service Center has been closed for 15 months. Now that they can provide free clinic services again, medical volunteers hope they can safeguard the health of more patients in need. In the Philippines, TIMA members continue to work with the government to provide vaccinations to residents. They set up vaccination stations in different locations in the city, including shopping malls and stadiums. They hope to safeguard the residents by protecting them against the virus. Let's meet some of the medical volunteers working at the vaccination stations.
At the vaccination station in a supermarket, TIMA members and volunteers are busy serving citizens. On this day, 700 people registered to vaccinate, as volunteers made sure every second counts.
My daughter woke up early. She told me that she wants to help out in her own way. I'm proud of her. I hope that our next generation may participate in our work in order to continue our mission to benefit the society.
I heard vaccination is a busy job for these medical workers, including my mother. They need help at the front line, so I'm willing to help her out.
I'm here long to help.
This young doctor has followed his father since youth as they travel to provide free clinics. Now it is his turn to help people in need.
I want to follow what he did because I can see him helping people, and I wish that I can do that also to, at least in this little way, I can make a step towards that.
On this day, it's Dr. Carmelita Dalupang's birthday, as she hopes that everyone can be safe during the pandemic.
Birthday are blessings, so we share our blessings, with everyone. So I think if we do, everyone will do his part. Yeah, we will be able to hurdle this.
You've been a very big help to us, especially the people in Quezon City, because there are a lot of people who are benefited because of this vaccination. They are now safe.
As the vaccination coverage increased, TIMA in the Philippines will continue to collaborate with the government in order to achieve nationwide herd immunity.
One of the major annual exhibitions in Hong Kong is the Hong Kong Book Fair. Last year, the event was suspended due to the pandemic. This year, as the pandemic has slowed down a bit, the book fair has been held as scheduled. There were more than 100 exhibitors, including booksellers and Buddhist organizations this year. Let's join them there.
In the 2021 Hong Kong Book Fair, the Buddhism Square is located on the third floor of the Hong Kong Convention and Exhibition Center in Wan Chai. Before the opening, 4 Dharma masters performed a solemn cleansing ceremony. Owing to the pandemic, Book Fair was suspended once, so readers can't wait to wander around the sea of books. In Tzu Chi's booth, promoting vegetarianism is indispensable.
The theme of this year is Tzu Chi's compassionism and Jingsi's wisdom, love. We have a subtopic too, that is, promoting vegetarianism is a must. This is in response to the call of the master, because meaty food kills too many animals, so we must work hard in this aspect.
Yam Kit Man, who is a retired policeman, has changed from meat diet to vegetarian for 3 years.
I went vegetarian because I saw many videos on the internet that show animals being slaughtered because of humans' meaty diet. I think they are very miserable, so I became a vegetarian. It has no effect on my body at all. On the contrary, I think my endurance in doing sports has improved a lot.
Whether it's about spirituality or health, one could see people reading books everywhere.
I'm so happy in seeing this book. It feels so good.
Because I used to read this kind of book before, this book is also very attractive, making people feel energetic.
How to start a vegetarian life? Volunteers were also willing to share their experiences on the spot. Let's go vegetarian together.
As the pandemic gets more serious, many residents in Malaysia have been impacted. According to statistics, the unemployment rate in Malaysia is as high as 4.6%, and many people are going hungry. During the tough time, grassroots organization has set up a food bank to provide food to people in need. Let's take a look at the operation of the food bank.
I'm an administrative staff member. Due to the movement control order, my factory is laying off workers, so I am looking for a job. We do not have work to do. My family members have lost their jobs. This situation has lasted for 2.5 months.
I have not had incomes for 2 to 3 months. We're truly anxious. As the number of unemployed people increases, the board member of EAC predicts that about 600,000 families have turned from middle-income families into low-income groups. During such difficult time, grassroots organizations have set up a food bank to provide necessities to people in need.
这个疫情延来，从2020年的3月18号到现在，已经超过。
The pandemic has been ongoing for more than 15 months. During this time, many middle-income people have lost their jobs. So people who do not have money include low-income families as well as middle-income families. The food bank will allow any people, regardless of their skin colors or nationalities, to come and get food.
中阶层的人，这个食物银行，我不管你是什么肤色的人，你是什么国籍的人，都可以来了，只要你有需要。 你看到这里的物资呢？
The food you see here, including these cookies, Milo, rice noodles, and noodles, are bought with everyone's donations. They've also donated the 100 trays of eggs and other supplies.
然后还有现在这些物资也是他捐献的。
Besides donating supplies, there are also volunteers who have come to help pack the needed supplies. We also have regular work. It's just that they need people to pack or else they cannot distribute the supplies. So I come whenever I have time.
As I help with packing here, I feel very blessed. There are many people who are having a harsher time. As we distribute food to them, we feel very down to earth.
米、马铃薯、油、
Rice, potatoes, oil, flour, sugar, cookies, eggs, and other basic food. We will also give them drinks and canned food. We give women sanitary pads, and if they have babies, we will give them milk powder. In addition, everyone gets 20 masks.
有女性的，我们就会给1包卫生棉；有婴儿的就会给奶粉，然后每个人也会拿到20片的口罩。
The residents who come can receive some rice, flour, salt, and other basic foods. These food can sustain a small family for 3 to 4 days.
Cukup berapa hari?
Ikut ni 2 hari ya.
Semua barang.
2 hari lah. Kalau beras tak cukup.
Berapa anak tadi kata?
6.
This is my first time coming here to get food. People told me I can get food here. I'm very grateful.
Barang-barang, ada orang bagi tahu kat sini boleh dapat barang-barang. Alhamdulillah lah, syukurlah.
肯定是很感恩，至少我有一些。
I'm very grateful. This way, at least I have some food at home and won't feel so anxious. Even if I cannot do anything for another month, at least I have some food for the children at home so that my children will not go hungry. The food bank provides basic necessities, hoping that the residents can have enough food to eat despite the pandemic. Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital has treated nearly 900 COVID patients. To thank the medical staff, 2 companies have jointly donated an ultraviolet antibacterial cabin to Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.